Alright, hello everybody. I was contacted by Kathy's Outdoor Adventures to participate in a hashtag of my favorite trail. I decided to go along and participate, and I gave a little bit of an introduction on my last video of what that trail might be. Gave a hint that it's probably in this area here where my desktop picture is here. And I decided to change that up a little bit, and instead of my favorite trail, let's add an S to that and we'll call it my favorite trails, because this particular trail here, it is a favorite of mine. However, it's not for everybody. It's a long through hike. Well, to some of the long through hikers it's probably a short hike, but for a lot of people it's a long hike. So I decided to add another trail in the same area that is more geared towards those weekend warrior types that might have a night or two is all, and they can still go into this area and participate in what this area has to offer. So I'll get into that here right away. We'll start talking about my favorite trails. So somewhere across the globe here in the great state of Utah, there's a mountain range, and in that mountain range is the High Uinta Wilderness. It is a sub-range of the Rocky Mountains, and they're known for being the highest range that runs east and west within the contiguous United States. They're located about 100 miles east of Salt Lake City, Utah. The range also has the highest point in Utah, Kings Peak, with an elevation of 13,528 feet above sea level. The Mirror Lake Highway crosses the western half of the Uintas, and the Mirror Lake Highway is a popular scenic drive and provides great access to many trails and recreational opportunities within the Uinta Mountains. And within that Uinta Mountains is a wilderness area. A wilderness area is a region where the land is in a natural state, where impacts from human activities are very minimal. Typically in these wilderness areas, they do not allow any mechanical devices like a drone or chainsaws or snowmobiles or anything that mechanical in nature. Made it to the wilderness boundary and the no drone zone. Be sure to learn the restrictions of the area and follow the leave no trace principles. Well, it looks like I'm going solo on this trip, but we should be okay because we're within the limit. Looks like this area has a 200-foot camping from all water sources. So I have to keep that in mind. Okay, when we got here, there was a huge fire pit right there. And so I went ahead and got rid of it, covered it in dirt, got rid of the rocks. All right, the signs down at the trailhead said, leave no trace, so that's what I did with my campfire. Restored it back to its original condition. I dispersed the rocks, grounded it, covered it with some dirt, sprinkled some pine needles on it. Can't even hardly tell it's there. Okay, now for Trail 1, the Highline Trail. The Uinta Highline Trail extends 104 miles along the crest of the Uinta Mountains. The eastern terminus is McKee Draw along U.S. Route 191 between Flaming Gorge Reservoir and Vernal. The western terminus is at Hayden Pass near Mirror Lake on Route 150, also known as the Mirror Lake Highway. Many only hike an abbreviated section of this trail from either Leedy Peak Trailhead or Chipeta Lake Trailhead to Hayden Pass Trailhead. This is largely because the section of trail between McKee Draw to either of these trailheads is located in lower forested areas with little to no access to water. The Uinta Highline Trail crosses 8 named passes that exceed 11,200 feet. Between these high points, the trail drops into broad, glacially carved basins and valleys. The high point of the trail is Anderson Pass, with an elevation of 12,700 feet. Utah's high point, which is Kings Peak, with an elevation of 13,528 feet, is located just 3/4 of a mile south of Anderson Pass. The trail can be traveled eastbound or westbound and is typically as a through hike, which requires ground transportation to and from each trailhead. The average elevation of the entire trail is 10,700 feet, and at these elevations you need to be aware of the dangers of altitude sickness. Alright, so we had to stop for a minute. Christy's having a little bit of altitude bugging her a little bit. It's making her feel nauseous, short of breath. You should also be aware of hazardous weather along the route. High Uinta's high elevation trail is subject to sudden and severe thunderstorms. There it is. Holy! We saw the flash and BAM! Now we're in the tent. It's a thunderstorm moving through. It's raining. Boom, did you see that? Hello. It's kind of nerve-wracking right there for sure. Hopefully it'll pass. Getting pelted pretty good with the hail. Holy cow. Living the journey. Also, the rocky trail can be hazardous at times. You need to watch your footing everywhere you go. Alright, I slipped on a rock and hit myself on the shin. Broke my trekking pole. Got a little goose egg on my leg right there, but nothing's broken. I just a flesh wound. The trail is best traveled between July and September. The rest of the season, the trail is under several feet of snow. The trail has much to offer in the way of wildlife, fishing, scenery, flowers, and much, much more. It's a highly recommended trail, and people come from all over to hike it. And here are some sights and trail video from when we did the trail. Alright, after 4.5 hours of driving, we've made it to Trail 25, Chipeta Lake. Alright, we're ready for Christy's big adventure. Highline Trail. Yep. And the baby's more curious than the mother. Now we're talking. That view does not suck. 55 more of these little zigzags. We might just reach the bottom. Yeah, looks like this one's a little bigger. There's a fighter too. And another stream crossing. There's our campsite. Christy's got a little fire going. Oh, son of a gun. Well, that didn't feel too good. Gonna start out the day with a little bit of first aid. Well, made it across fine. The first part of that log over there was a little sketch. Well, I didn't quite make it to Anderson Pass before 4:30. It's 4:24 right now. There's the pass right there. Two people, looks like crossing the snow right there that I'm gonna have to go over. Wait for it. Oh baby, look at that view. Oh my goodness.
This is the trail, okay? And then you just can't even know how far down that is.
Boy, mosquitoes are bad right here. I just landed one. Man, he hit that lure and just took the drag out. Oh, golly, he's still pulling. Watch your step right there. The forecast on the Garmin weather said rain all evening. So I think we're done hiking for the day. Oh man, that is fantastic. Look at that herd of elk. Look at that little baby. Oh, they're all running. Here they go. I think I can. I thought I could. Look at the views over this baby. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these meadows, wildflowers, the cliffs behind, the thunder rumbling in the background, the trail through the forest. Oh baby, this is just spectacular. So somewhere in here is a trail that makes its way up through that cliff line somehow and tops out right there. That's a steep, hairy, scary mother. But hey, look who made it. Yay! Past 6 of 7 in the books. Everybody we talked to said take the upper route. It's longer, it's more scenic. I concur. This is amazing. Boy, it's pretty lake. Reflection is awesome. Look at that. All right, we're gonna attempt to summit. Here we go. We're gonna do it. Starting our ascent right now. Video. What do you think about that?
Not too bad.
7 passes of 7 passes.
Yay.
Woohoo! High five. Let's go, man. That's what she's saying. Enough of this dilly-dallying around. Let's finish this sucker. There's the trailhead. Which means completion. Another one in the books. All right, thank you for watching. Hopefully you liked my favorite trail number 1 of 2. And be sure to stick around for trail number 2.